What you need to know about offshore accidents. Wrote by Vibe of Doifode. Working offshore in the sea is considered to be highly dangerous. It doesn't really matter if you're on a ship, platform, or a rig. There are always risks of accidents that can cause serious injuries. In such incidents, however, offshore workers have a special set of maritime and admiralty laws that protects them against such events. An offshore accident lawyer is very important because he or she helps in the interpretation of these laws and ensures that the injured worker gets the compensation he or she deserves. In this article, we shall analyze the offshore accident law, why offshore accident attorneys are necessary, and what rights you have in case you suffer an accident at the offshore worksite. Legal rights of offshore workers. Seafarers and offshore workers in general are highly exposed to situations that employees working on land may never encounter, which is the primary reason laws are set up to protect them. Offshore workers' rights are primarily based on two main codes: maritime and admiralty laws. Injuries and accidents occurring offshore have legal protection as provided by the maritime and admiralty laws. These include the Jones Act. Seamen get the right to file a civil action for employer negligence according to the Jones Act. The significance of this statute cannot be understated, as it provides for the compensation of injured seamen by their employers where the employer shows negligence or there are dangerous working conditions. Longshore and Harbor Workers' Compensation Act, LHWCA. This law gives benefits to maritime workers who get injured while working on navigable waters. As opposed to Jones Act, which only pertains to seamen, the Longshore and Harbor Workers' Compensation Act, LHWCA, encompasses longshore workers, port laborers, and other non-seafaring workers. It provides benefits that include, but are not limited to, medical treatment, rehabilitation services, and lost wage payments. Role of an offshore accident lawyer. An attorney for offshore accidents is most beneficial when injured employees need representation in a legal matter. These lawyers focus on maritime law and know how to deal with the intricacies of claims for injuries sustained at sea. Importance of specialized legal expertise. The field of maritime law is much more complicated than what most jurisdictions describe as personal injury law. Consequently, it is very important to a lawyer who knows the nuances of such laws. An oil rig attorney will work on your case, collecting evidence, and pursuing the most favorable settlement or jury award for your barge or rig-related injuries. Investigating offshore accident claims. An in-depth assessment is essential in incidents occurring offshore, particularly when there are legal implications on the definition of the incident. Your attorney is going to examine the report given the accident occurrence, interview the possible bystanders and experts, and the attempt will be made to pinpoint the cause of the accident. This sequence is important as it makes sure that every party who has caused the accident will be punished. Securing compensation for workers. Having determined liability, the next step for your attorney is pursuing the settlement with the insurance and other parties by demanding the payment of damages for such items as medical expenses, lost earnings, and pain and suffering.